Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of No Thank You. You can hear what they're doing in the background, so we'll just... I'll go ahead and turn off their sound for a moment, but I'm bringing you back here because, as you can tell, I left us off on a fun scene last time, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into that scene, so you know where to go. If you'd like to see it, is what I'd like to say, but you know how the hub's being. Good God, you know how the hub's being, so it'll probably be on the drive, and everyone hates the drive, and I apologize. What is with the nursery rhyme? I mean, the nursery, you know, sort of rhyme chime. The nursery chime, I should have said. I know, so weird. Whatever. I woke up a little earlier than usual. Hiroshi was sound asleep. He has such long eyelashes and he looks so innocent. Or maybe peaceful is the word I'm looking for. He's adorable.
Hiroshi...
I whispered into his ear, but Hiroshi didn't even twitch. He really is sound asleep. Did they take a shower after that, or did they just fall asleep in all the juices? We've been really busy lately, after all.
Hiroshi...
Yeah. Busy is a way to describe it. Okay, is this a different day then? I'm assuming. If he's saying to have fun again. He's not waking up.
Hiroshi... 起きないとスパゲッティ尿道に突っ込むよ。
Well, first of all, there's no way you... Well, I guess if it was hard spaghetti, you might be able to. I don't know. I said it, but I'm not gonna do it. Oh, but maybe it would work if it was cooked. No, the opposite. What? If it was cooked, it would just slide all around. If it was hard, and I guess you lubed up a bit, I mean, I still doubt it would work. It's spaghetti. It's just gonna snap. No, I'm not gonna do it. He doesn't know anything about sounding. Haru doesn't know anything about sounding.
ふやけるまでほっとくぞ。春、アルデンテにして。
He's daydreaming, or rather dreaming. How cute.
この
I pinched Hiroshi's nose. He moved his hands as if trying to brush a bug away from his nose. I pulled my hand away and he started sleeping soundly again. Have we even kissed yet? It's not gay if you don't kiss, I guess. He's that tired. I'd feel bad waking him up. I'm sure he's been so worried that he hasn't been sleeping well. I wish he could always sleep like this. I don't know, I think we kissed. I can't remember though. I didn't want to leave him yet, but I carefully slipped out of bed without a sound and left Hiroshi's apartment. I went back to my own place, got a shower, so he didn't shower after all that, and went to bed. The sound of glass breaking ruined the blissful silence. Did the cat do it? Who is this? Is Taiko the mom? Oh my god, I knew this was a bad idea. I said to you guys, she was a bad mom. And she's just gonna start abusing that child in another week, tops. It would take her 1 week to start abusing the child again. Like, I don't know why we thought it was a good idea to let her take care of her daughter again. Seriously, I don't know why we thought it was a good idea. Said a tiny, withering voice. I'll keep an eye on things for the moment. I'll say something if I need to. I went onto the balcony and listened carefully through the divider. There wasn't time for that. I used the handrail to hop over to the other balcony. Squirt's mom was trying to push her off the balcony? Good God. I'm telling you guys, I don't know why we did this, honestly. You were just like, yeah, go ahead and go back to your mom that literally abused you until you almost died. You know, she cried. She cried and said she regretted how she treated you, Yufumi, so, you know, we're gonna push you back into the arms of your abuser that almost killed you. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna work out fine. I really didn't like the ending to that case, but I guess we'll see the mistakes of our past now. A regular group of professional women were a little tipsy and all hanging all over Hiroshi.
元気なく見えました？おかしいな。今日もはつらつとしてるつもりなんですけど。わ
かった。失礼。お姉さんたちが彼女になってあげよっか。
残念。体が一つしかないですから。
Unless you want to peg him, ladies, he's not interested. Hiroshi laughed, acting bashful. The women were surprisingly insightful. He was trying to act like everything was normal, but maybe they could tell how his shoulders drooped when he turned his back. He never let out a sign in front of the customers, though.
Akiyama, old cock, double da.
Okay. Do we have to call it that, though?
Hi.
He handled his bartending work professionally. Being a bartender is all about healing other people, not yourself. I can tell he knows that. Hiroshi doesn't need to be worried about Squirt anymore. The other day, Squirt's mom tried to push her off the balcony. Yeah, I know, and we had a weird cut for no reason. Really not great storytelling. I was barely able to rescue Squirt from her mother's arms. I brought Squirt back to my apartment and left her mom screaming things like, how I treat my child and whether she lives or dies is up to me, so stay out of it. Then I called an ambulance. I called Pops before the ambulance got here and went to the hospital with her. She was malnourished again, had internal hemorrhaging again. I don't know if she had that last time. And she was bleeding from her head again. The hospital reported Squirt's mom for abuse immediately. Well, you know, we probably should have reported her for abuse last time instead of trying to find her. On that note, I was a little surprised that she had reported me for kidnapping. Of course, this time a lot of neighbors heard, so there were plenty of people to substantiate the abuse allegations. And then I guess Pops must have talked to them, because I ended up getting praise for my efforts. I did save her life after all. She was really about the Humpty Dumpty Yufumi.
ヒロシ、まだ気にしてる？
あ、なんだ、いたのか。
Seems like he starts thinking about Squirt whenever he's alone.
もう大丈夫だよ、チビは。
何って。そうだな。悪い。気使わせて。
Hiroshi's so kind. I mean, just look at how much something happening to a stranger's kid is affecting him. I know Hiroshi regrets what happened. He's probably been thinking about how bringing Squirt and her mom back together was the wrong decision this whole time. Since Squirt almost died because of it. I love how cavalier it is.
気になるんだったら様子見に行ったら。
Like,
今はちょっと無理かもしれないけど。
Haru isn't even considering whether or not it was a good or bad decision to bring them back together. He's just totally cavalier and matter of fact about it, you know? Was it a bad idea? I mean, Squirt almost died. I guess it was a bad idea. I don't know. It's whatever. Like, he just does not care.
ああ。そうだよな。
ヒロシだったらいいお兄ちゃんになれるよ。
I know what orphanage she's at, and we could go see her. I'm sure Squirt would be happy to see us too.
あとね、物は考えようだよ。どこでだって元気で生きていられるならまだなんとかなるって思う。生きてたっていいことなんか何もないかもしれないけど、でも死んでるよりは可能性高いからね。俺だって生きててここにいられて今だいぶ幸せだし。
Well, I guess there are some situations where death is the preferable option though. But I'm glad that I'm alive.
お前って時々すごいこと言うよな。達観してるっていうか。
Even as deep as I went in you last night?
見直した？
うん。前に俺のことかっこいいって言ってくれたけどさ。俺はお前の方がすごいって思うよ。
ありがとう。
So why haven't you married me yet? I don't think he ever will. I don't think what happened to Yufumi is that tragic. Yeah, I figured from the way you were talking. Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously it's better that she's alive. The orphanage is much better than being exposed to that rotten, dangerous place and her mother attempting to murder her. Her life isn't in danger anymore. She has a place to sleep, food to eat, a school to go to. Isn't that great? But Hiroshi still doesn't seem convinced. A few days after we'd saved Aniki, Yamato came to the bar. We hadn't opened yet, so there weren't any customers.
Yo, Tatsuya-san wa? Genki ni shiteru ka?
Hiroshi greeted him, but Yamato just stood there without answering. I wonder what happened. Yamato's expression was kind of sorrowful. I thought maybe he'd come in to thank us, but I don't think that's it.
どうしたんだよ。な暗い顔してさ。何か飲むか？店開けるまでまだ時間あるし。座れよ。
何？東條は死んだ。
Did I get a bad ending?
は？
Aniki is dead?
お前な。何冗談言ってんだよ。笑えない冗談はよせって。
Was there no thank you? I don't remember.
たく。
Did I click it or not
ほら、
click it?
座れ
I
って。
can't recall.
嘘じゃねえ。死んだんだよ。
The pain in Yamato's voice made Hiroshi realize he was serious. Hiroshi rushed over to Yamato and grabbed him by the shoulders.
おい、どういうことだよ。
He shook Yamato by the shoulders desperately, but Yamato didn't even try to answer.
なんとか言えよ。
Yamato shrugged off Hiroshi's hands.
とにかくこの件は終わりだ。これ以上首を突っ込むな。組やその上とことを構えることになるぞ。
Yamato left an envelope on the counter. Okay, I think this is supposed to happen. I could see cash in it when he put it down. It's pay for our work.
じゃあな。
That's all Yamato said before he left the bar. Hiroshi was frozen, and Renren seemed completely confused as they watched Yamato leave. Well, whatever, I guess. I didn't think he was that cute anyway. I was just walking with him, following the same route. I guess we're not gonna fool around tonight, huh? What are you supposed to say in this situation? Should we hold hands? Or does he want me to give him some space? We passed through the park as I pondered the issue. Yamato was sitting on a bench. He was hunched over, not entirely unlike a stray cat. It seemed a little curious, but you know, stray cats gather together because they have no place to go and they're lonesome. Seems like there aren't any lonesome cats aside from Yamato.
ヤマト。
なんだよ。俺がどこで何しようが勝手だろ。
The white of the plastic bag sitting next to him looked so vivid in the dark. I could just see a can of cat food inside.
猫いなくて残念だね。
俺に構うんじゃねえよ。
ヤマト、話いいか。
His brows are furrowed and his eyes are brimming with hostility. It was like it was him against the entire world now.
いつ死んだんだ。どうやって死んだ。何があったんだ。
ヤクザの死に方がまともなわけねえだろ。
そんな言葉で納得できるわけねえだろ。お前、何やってたんだよ。
Hiroshi grabbed Yamato.
うるせえ。
Yamato aggressively brushed Hiroshi off.
あの野郎はな、薄汚ねえオカマ野郎だったんだよ。上のやつにケツ差し出して俺たちを裏切ろうとしてやがったんだ。
Excuse me? Well, first of all, everyone standing here is one of those. Second of all, I guess he's the only one who's like admitting to it though, so good for him. Let's give him a standing ovation. What do you mean he gave his booty to those upstairs? I don't understand.
お前、何言って。
秋山、お前あの男が裏で何売ってたか知ってるか。薬と女だ。それだけはやらねえなんて言ってたくせに。しかもよ、信じられるか。スナッフだってよ。人をバラして動画撮って変態どもに売ってたんだぜ。ガキのいる母親をソープで働かせて使い物にならなくなってきたら今度はバラすところを取ろうとしてたんだってよ。 今度はそれを掴まれそうになって組員殺してんだ。ケツだけならまだしもとことん腐った男だったわけだ。
So it was his fault this whole time? Like all the cases we've had? I mean, he's been related to everything. Kind of a weird coinky dink.
そんなわけない。達也さんはそんなことしない。
いつまでも信じてろよ。ケツでのし上がった小汚ねえおっさん。
Hiroshi's fist moved as if to force the words to stop. His fist hit Yamato's cheek like thunder.
もう一度言えよ。ああ、もう一度言えよ、オラ!
He punched him again, hitting his right cheek. Yamato gently stroked his cheek. Hiroshi's knuckles were a little bloody.
ヤマト、このクソバカ野郎！てめえ達也さんが死んだ途端にもう忘れちまうのか！あの人がどんな男だったかお前が一番近くにいて知ってるはずだろ。あの人が死んだくらいであの人のことを忘れるような男だったのかお前は！
Yamato took Hiroshi's reign of abuse in silence. Whether he hit him or grabbed him by the collar, Yamato's expression was frozen and he accepted it all.
バカ野郎！今の言葉聞いたら達也さん悲しむぞ。
あんなのヤクザじゃねえ。
His disappointment and despair were definitely only half of what he was really feeling. Even I could tell. That's why he didn't fight back, even when he got hit. But at this rate, Hiroshi and Yamato are both going to misunderstand the situation.
まあ
Misunderstand?
なあ、殴り合いはこの辺でね。声大きいしおまわりさん来ちゃうよ。
I stepped in and Yamato glared at me with fierce eyes.
部外者は黙ってろ。
The way he snapped at me, he seemed less like a stray cat and more like an enraged dog.
俺部外者じゃないよ。忘れた？俺だって兄貴のこと探しに行ったし。
Yamato groaned and shut up.
話していいよね。
好きにしろ。
あのさ、ヤマトがそうやって兄貴のことを悪く言うのは悲しいからだよね。
はあ？俺が悲しいだと？
Yamato sounded really doubtful, like he couldn't come to terms with his own feelings.
悲しいからそんなに怒ってるんだよ。今もまだ兄貴のこと好きだから悲しいんでしょ。兄貴が突然いなくなってわけわかんないこと言われてどうしていいかわかんないから怒ってるんでしょ。
勝手に決めつけんな。
決めつけるよ。今みたいな自暴自棄兄貴だってやめてほしいに決まってる。
I said, and Hiroshi seemed to calm down a little. He unclenched his fist and turned away. Yamato, being Yamato, just spat out some blood.
所詮都政だなんだとカッコつけたところでヤクザはヤクザだった。ついてくるんじゃなかったと後悔してるだけだ。
俺はまだ信じられない。あの達也さんが組を裏切ったり麻薬や人身売買に関わるなんて、あの人が体でのし上がるなんて、そんな理由で人を殺すような男じゃない。ガキの頃から俺は知ってる。
ヤクザに夢見てんじゃねえよ。人は変わるんだ。
理由はある。お前がヤクザになってもそういう男だから。
Yamato went silent. He didn't look like he wanted to talk anymore. So my question is, if they're not doing any of these things that, you know, Hiro's saying they're not, and Yamato said Aniki did, how are they even making money as Yakuza? Like, I don't get it. How are they making money as Yakuza? Because Yakuza commit crimes to make money. It's like, you're just like, no, the Yakuza don't commit crimes. They're not like that. It's like, what? Girl, they want money. They want dollar bills. What? Hiroshi stared right back at him. I don't understand how this Yakuza agency makes money.
分かったよ。俺が証明してやる。達也さんはそんな人じゃないって。あの人の無実を証明して てめえの顔に叩きつけてやる。
やれるもんならやってみろ。
ああ、やってやるよ。達也さんが変わるなんてありえないんだ。いいな、俺が本当のことを探し当てる。
Most people would be thrown for a loop and faced with betrayal of something they believe in, and upon realizing that, the choices they may have made weren't the best. I think his aggression is now just a defense mechanism. That said, I don't think it's a bad thing for Hiroshi right now. A lot of unfortunate things have happened recently. As long as he doesn't go crazy and do something he can't take back, maybe it's not such a bad thing.
楽しみに待ってるぜ。本当のこと知って失望するだろうけどな。
Yamato's figure disappeared when he passed a streetlight, swinging the plastic bag beside him. He was still bristling with rage, but it was like he'd become a little moth, flitting about the street lamps.
ハル、ありがとな。
何？
お前のおかげで少し冷静になれた。
ヤマトが切れてやり返してたら、ヒロシ大怪我してたね。
I know, that's what I thought the whole time, like, Hiro was gonna snap like a toothpick if Yamato did anything back.
そうだな。
Hiroshi smiled a little. I thought we were gonna have to drag his bloody corpse back to our house and have our way with him like that. I bet he's going to suggest sneaking into the Syndicate's office soon. So I started to plot how we'd pull it off in my mind. I mean, what are we gonna find in the Syndicate's office? There's a lot of Yakuza there, honey. Okay, yeah, this is a good idea. My pants almost came off. That was close. The window was a little too narrow. I almost didn't make it. Can't exactly sneak into a Yakuza building with no pants and going commando. Why is he commando? When we snuck in last time, I realized you could probably sneak in through the bathroom windows. Experience is invaluable, but I have never imagined. Never. We decided to do it right after we left the park. This was just moments earlier, though.
今から行くぞ、ハル。
あら、
Maybe I've asked him to repeat himself too many times today.
今から組事務所に行く。ヤマトのクソったれに証拠を突きつけてやろうぜ。
He's really excited about this. It's hard to believe he was so depressed at work.
ちょっと無謀じゃない？
この時間じゃないと逆に無理だぞ。
They're gonna kill us if they find us in there. Hiroshi's a lot calmer than I thought.
明け方まで間がある。ちょうどどこの店も閉まっている時間だ。人通りも少なくなってる。朝、住み込みの下っ端が2、3人いるだけなら、俺たちだけで十分いける。
He's really thought this through. It definitely sounds like it could work.
どこから入るの？
He has not thought this through. He just came to... He just... On a spur of the moment decided to do it. What are you talking about?
トイレの窓。はめ殺しじゃないし、鉄格子もない。
I had the same idea. The windows are a weak point.
ヒロシ、やるじゃん。
伊達にあの店にいるわけじゃないんだ。
Hiroshi is so cute when he tries to act tough. I didn't thought we'd come straight here. He was really decisive. And then Hiroshi and I broke in through the bathroom window. It was hard enough to climb up so high, but getting through that tiny door wasn't a piece of cake either. Staying thin is invaluable, and so is experience. We'd have never thought of this if we hadn't been in here before.
これ、神道のだろうな。
Shindo. Oh, that kingpin. I guess it was worth it to brave the upper floor.
待ってろ、ヤマト。今すぐここで。
He started up an old model laptop and blue light poured from the screen. Hiroshi and I stared intently at the screen.
パスワード。
職場に置きっぱなしのパソコンならパスワードも書けるよね。
持ち帰って誰かに頼むか。
That's a good idea, so for the time being we shut it down and left with it. Well, I guess now they know for sure someone was here.
こんなところに呼び出して何のつもりだ？
I mean, is he gonna know the password? Yamato's so dependable. Despite how we parted ways last night, he came right out when we called him.
無実の証拠を見せてやるって言っただろ。持ってきてやったんだよ。
Hiroshi handed him a pile of photocopies from his messenger bag. Okay, so we already broke into the computer, apparently. Yamato flipped through the documents we'd stolen.
お前にも分かりやすいように棒線引いてある。わかるか？達也さんは無実なんだよ。
マジかよ。
Oh, he doesn't believe it. I really worked hard, too. This is all just about how much effort we put in. We're just like, we should have just fooled around at home, Hiroshi. We shouldn't have done all this. He doesn't even believe us.
兄貴たちのところが新政界でしょ。こっちの足崎組が上部団体で、なんか毎月払ってるお金がこれかな。でもこれ偽物の帳簿なんだって。こっちが本物らしいよ。
見ろよ。麻薬の売上帳簿だ。達也さんがやってた証拠はどこにもない。それにこれは進路を通さずに達也さんだけでできることじゃない。
I heard a creaking sound from something hard. Okay. Mine doesn't make noise when it gets hard, but good for you. Yamato was grinding his teeth to keep from shouting.
あとね、こういうのもあった。
I took a bundle of papers from my bag. It'd be really bad if I lost these, so I brought a bag for once.
兄貴が上の人と寝てたのは本当かもしれないけど、好きでやってたわけじゃないと思うよ。
春。
Don't worry, he wasn't a FAG dude. He was just one of the bros. He just had to moonlight as an FAG on the weekends, you know? Just part of the job. Hiroshi gulped and Yamato averted his eyes at the sight of the image the cheap printer had spit out, cringing.
なんでこんなもん見なきゃなんねえんだよ。
だって兄貴が誤解されたままだと嫌だから。えげつないところは映してないよ。
The color of the skin dominated the frames. None of the people depicted were of the respectable sort. After seeing this, now I understand why I always thought Aniki was so sexy. What? He smelled like a person who is worn out and detached from his body. What are you saying you find sexy, Haru? But he also smelled of a man who could keep it in check with his pride and reason so that no one would realize it. It's only natural that someone like that would come off as cool and sexy. It's such a waste that he died. Yeah, if only we were able to sleep with him before he died, Haru. The person being held down by someone who resembled Shindo was Yamato and Hiroshi's beloved Aniki. Wait, the person being held down by someone who resembled Shindo was Yamato. Okay. Upon seeing the one thing he absolutely didn't want to see, Yamato's face went pale, then red.
どうしてこんなもん見せる必要があるんだよ。
だからちゃんと見てよ、顔。
He flipped the page with his trembling fingers.
これが兄貴。これが兄貴の親分の進藤。それからこれが進藤の親分の
韮崎。
Yeah, that's it, I think. Hiroshi groaned like he was trying not to barf.
画像じゃ分かりにくいかもしれないけど、接待だったよ、これ。兄貴はさ、進藤が韮崎を接待するのに使われたんだと思う。
Okay, well, Hero, don't act like you don't do this with me every night.
少なくとも兄貴が乗り気じゃなかった
Trying
の
to
は、
barf.
その次の画像で分かるよ。
It's obvious once you see it. The two of them stood there silently gazing at the images.
薬打たれたら誰だっておかしくなるから。
もういい。もう見せなくていい。
Hiroshi was the first to be unable to bear it anymore. He looked away. Yamato was fixated on Aniki's eyes, glaring at a hand holding a syringe.
もう分かった。達也さんは裏切っていない。俺のことも、ヤマト、お前のことも。
ライター持ってる？
Yamato silently whipped out a Zippo. The smell of oil tickled my nose. The orange flame turned Aniki's past into black ashes. I dropped the Hey, I was gonna use those later. Don't burn them. And little sparks danced through the air as they fell to the ground.
組を裏切ってたのは達也さんじゃない。
Come on, guys, why'd you have to burn all the pictures? Hiroshi said, looking at what was left of the fire.
達也さんがいなくなって罪をなすりつけた奴が裏切り者だろう。
Yamato's expression was stiff. He must have some idea. He silently stamped out the small remnants of the fire.
ところでよ、どうやってこの情報を手に入れた？
He stomped on the fire several times, mixing dirt into it. Is Yamato mad about it?
聞かなくてもわかるだろう。
あ？よくもこうやって俺に突きつけられたな。
Girl, what do you think happened? Oh, he's mad at us.
組に盗みに入ったのはお前らか。うちの見習いが責任取って指詰めたんだぞ。
Lol.
指で済んだならいいんじゃないの？
Any Yakuza should be prepared for that much at least.
笑い事じゃねえぞ。ふざけやがって。
Maybe you shouldn't be part of an organization that cuts off people's fingers. He was still grinding the ashes into the ground. Yamato is fierce about the new recruits losing their fingers. But I think at the core of it, Yamato is mad at himself for not believing in Aniki.
いい加減認めろよ、ヤマト。
Yamato looked up from hanging his head. His eyes gleamed with beastly brutality as he glared at Hiroshi.
いいか。生き残った奴が正義なんだよ。あのおっさんはな、それに負けたんだ。
てめえ！
今さらこんなもん明るみになったところで何にもならねえ。
なんだと！どんな気持ちで達也さんが死んでたと思ってんだ！どんな！
それがヤクザってもんだ。仇のお前には分からねえだろうな。
そんなにクズの世界にしがみつきたいのか？
そうだ、俺はクズだ。ヤクザなんて所詮クズの寄せ集めよ。俺も兄貴もな。
Hiroshi let out a profoundly deep sigh.
俺な、ヤマト。達也さんを助けた時に頼まれたんだ。でももう無理だ。ついていけない。達也さんの遺言に背くことになるけど、お前とはこれっきりだ。
Hiroshi turned away coldly and started walking off without looking back. With steady strides, I followed Hiroshi.
あばよ。
Yamato's voice just barely reached us. Hiroshi didn't even try to look back once he started walking. So I did instead. Yamato was walking off in the opposite direction. Yamato had his hands in his pockets. He looked so lonely, and I could tell that he was still walking in the shadow of a certain someone. Huh. Well, I think that's where I'm gonna end this episode for today, guys. So, thank you for watching. I guess we're gonna try to avenge Aniki, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I feel like that's what we're gonna do, but at the same time, we're gonna take on the whole Yakuza? I don't know about that, but fine, let's do it, I guess. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.